Well, welcome back to the glorious Gold Coast. This is it. This is the big one, the 2-year-old Magic Millions Classic. $2 million on offer. And Jay McDonald.
She looks as if she's got a game face on. She's all business. She's got...
Number 1 being chased by Tim Clark.
Yeah, well, she's the one that seems to just do everything.
Fire sharing third. Russian Conquest and Coolangatta to the outside. Cusack, Stickcat, Soaring Ambition, Perfect Mission, Thelwell, Bright Blue Sky, Mashani Warfare, Heroic Sun, Golden Artie. Further back here, Stupendo, Mashani Spartan. Last of all is Mashani Persuasion. So it's sneaky. It started with the lead from Coolangatta 3 wide. She's right there at the 450 in company there with Miss Hellfire. Soaring Ambition further back. And then we've got Russian Conquest. Also Cusack and Thelwell is back near the inside. But here comes Coolangatta. Coolangatta's dashed up and taken the lead. Trying hard as Russian Conquest. She's making ground. Coolangatta the leader. Russian Conquest on the outside. Coolangatta, Russian Conquest. Coolangatta, Russian Conquest the outside. Coolangatta has held on to win for Russian Conquest. Third will be Stitcat, I'd say, just ahead of Perfect Mission, followed by Mashani Warfare. Heroic Sun, Blue Sky.
Coolangatta Gold. What a great performance by this filly. Great ride by James McDonald. Russian Conquest put it to her 100 out. The maiden is snip.
Get the best out of her. So extraordinary. I'm just looking through this crowd now.
Is your odds-on favourite. $1.85, it just hasn't really budged. $1.75 went up Wednesday night, got to $1.90, but just been hovering around.
And now we get to our race favourite, Marabi. 5 starts, 5 wins, undefeated at 1100 and 1200. Last start was the
gamekeeper at the end of the field. 550 metres to run. It's Marabi in front, 3/4 of a length. Maria Mia, Vain Stream 4 deep, staking a claim. Lightsaber in that group, a length away. Giraffe. Then came Streets of Avalon, Order of Command. Cinnawon from Wild Planet, Just Folk. Marabi now with that turn of foot at the 250 and race clear. Marabi, 200 to go. Put 4 legs, 5 legs. Lightsaber, Giraffe, Cinnawon late from Maria Mia, but Marabi, 100 metres to go. 4 legs in front from Cinnawon flying, but she destroys them. Marabi won it. Ease down 2.5. Cinnawon, Giraffe, Lightsaber. Then Streets of Avalon, and Marabi has emphatically answered the Group 2 question.
Oh, yes, Scalacci, Black Caviar. What a performance. 5 straight becomes 6 straight. Don't worry about whether the inside is chopped up. Just worry about whether the other runners can catch this flying machine. She is absolutely flying. And the
Trials, she bolted in that carbine at the end of the preparation when set for the grand final, making it 3 straight. So she's going to be strong back, that's for sure. Nothing phases her whatsoever. We all saw what she...
$1.50 and people will take it anyway, such as the hype. We'll get to that a little bit.
Lead now from Zetarita, Arcaded third from Zuzarella, then came Tillianum, Heresy with the white cap, being partnered by the short favourite Espion to the outside. Jamaya's onto the short price favourites back, then Fangirl slicing through the centre, and Jalale on the inside. They turn for home now. It's 4 moves ahead, Zetarita, Arcaded, Zuzarella and Espiona closing in. So Jamaya the outside of Fangirl. Good race coming up here. Jamaya goes on with the job, really lays it down now to Espiona and Zuzarella. Lifting is Espiona. Jamaya now. Fangirl gets the final shot at them. Espiona just in front. Fangirl over the top, went bang, got up. Fangirl knocked off Espiona. Jamaya third. Great finish there to the light fingers, followed by Heresy. Then Zuzarella. Startotes late. Further back.
A great renewal. Those 3 fillies are top-class fillies. They really are. That was a fabulous race. Fangirl.
A great field of 3-year-old fillies lining up, but 95% of the talk was all about Espiona. Can you talk us through this mighty clash? And we've got to throw in Jamaya as well, because she was great, where Fangirl, your ride, gets up to beat Espiona and Jamaya.
Well, Yui, she was good. You obviously found a beautiful position coming to the turn there and knew what you were following, because she was the marked, well, she had to be the marked girl going into the race.
Well, she certainly... I think these 3 fillies they're all top-class fillies, and they're all in for a big autumn, and she's just got that will to win, and I expected Espiona.
Cheers.
Race number 8 today is the Apollo Stakes, sponsored by the agency, 1400 metres, sponsored by the agency, 1400 metres, Group 2, weight for age, and this mounting out.
Last from Duis, and she's ideal last about 16 off the lead. At the 600 metres, it's I Am Superman and Riadini moving up on the outside, so the pace is very strong. Coming around the turn, they're 4 lengths clear from Think It Over and Maximal. Further back to Special Award, Colette Very Elegant stays now to the inside. She'd be 10 off the lead. I Am Superman and Riadini. I Am Superman still under a hold. Berry said go now. Think It Over being wound up and giving chase to I Am Superman, and here he comes again. Think It Over went straight on by from I Am Superman. Special Award and Colette late on the scene, but Think It Over, another big race victory, wins the Apollo Stakes in brilliant style. Beat Colette and Special Award, then Hungry Heart, Very Elegant late. Further back to Ice Bar Secandra, but I Am Superman went too quick.
Stronger field as you'll see in Australia in a long time, and he absolutely dominated. Now Kerry Parker did the worst.
Have to beat him now in the races going forward.
What an outstanding horse, and to think the market took him on yesterday. He just looks a beautiful ride. You just push the button, he puts himself in a position, and then he knows he's got to chase him down late. Nash would have been giggling the whole way here, Corey.
He was never going to get beat. Like once Nash, from an awkward sort of draw, pushed forward, settled into the 1-1. There was good speed on, out there on the track, but from the 800 metres.
$4.60 holding at favourite now. He got into $4 with Sportsbet, so a really good push in the last hour for Lightsaber. Team Moody on the back.
Lightsaber number 3, I've been told, is going to come out. Let's just get the backers. Rhinoceros approaching the corner, 600 metres to go, and it's Pachero by a length 2 in second place. Sathus, Corona Lad easing out 3 wide in the yellow jacket. Mananui behind them from Umgawa. Further back is Pinstripe, 5 off the lead and inching a little bit closer. Captive onto the outside with a bit to do. Then Lena's Legend, Allegron well back. Pachero kicks away. 300 metres to go. Put up 3 lengths. Sathus, Corona Lad, Pinstripe. Further back Captive on, and then Lena's Legend. Pachero, 150 metres to go, starting to wobble now. 2 lengths in front of Pinstripe, wearing it down. Pachero falling in a hole, and Pinstripe's got it. Pinstripe wins over the top one at 3/4. Pachero Captive on. Then Forgot You and I catch a 4. Behind them's a
excited owners who are part of the Pinstripe journey, who's now 3 for 3 for Enver Yusufovic, one of racing's good guys.
Terrific win. You don't return figures like that. I know it was a line again. This is a big win. This is a big win.
To me, looks like he's been absolutely set for the Australian Guinea. So it's going to be a much wider race than we saw.
This sprint race, 5 individual Group 1 winners in the field, including Nature Strip, who's chasing his 8th if he can win the Lightning this afternoon. And right now, he holds all the belts when it comes to the weight for age sprints. The TJ, the Dali, and of course, last year's Lightning as well. Outside of that, he's got a lot of
build up. Nature Strip opened up at $2.40 favourite here for the Black Caviar Lightning, $2.45, and he's rock solid. And I can say 5 times as much as
completes it. They're ready, set for the Lightning. Stand by for a start, and they're racing, and Nature Strip was away only fairly and got squashed in between Eduardo and also Profiteer. Nature Strip was clearly the last out. The astrologist ran onto heels. Now Profiteer is going to try and avoid the interference and come over towards the flat side, and led from the astrologist and Guy Tra. Then a pack up the middle. Home Affairs from Eduardo. Nature Strip recovering. 3rd in that pack on the outside, followed by Swats, that Masked Crusader, and the Inferno last of all. 400 metres to go. It's Home Affairs, the 3-year-old, led by a length Eduardo and Nature Strip, and then Profiteer. Next in the field, Swats, that Masked Crusader at the 200 metres. Home Affairs lets down. Nature Strip coming out after him, followed by Eduardo. Nature Strip chasing Home Affairs. Home Affairs digs in for the fight, and neck. Nature Strip thrusting. Home Affairs. Nature Strip lunges. Photo finish. Home Affairs, I think, has just won from Nature Strip at the 200 metres. Home Affairs lets down. Nature Strip coming out after him, followed by Eduardo. Nature Strip chasing Home Affairs. Home Affairs digs in for the fight, and neck. Nature Strip thrusting. Home Affairs. Nature Strip lunges. Photo finish. Home Affairs, I think, has just won from Nature Strip. The 3-year-old stands up in a sea of stars. Eduardo Swats that in a photo for followed by Profit. Nature Strip lunged on the line, but Home Affairs has won it by a nose. Home Affairs wins.
Chris Waller and untidy from the gates. But what a battle at Hemisphere. Perhaps Royal Ascot awaits for both of Chris Waller's now 2 star sprinters. Home Affairs.
Here come in to see what transpired, and Profiteer come in. Eduardo goes out. Jamie Carr meet in the sandwich, and as a rider, Michael, what do you sort of do?
You think he's got the similar sort of sense about him as the general?
Looks one of the great quality 3-year-old sprinters, doesn't he? He's got it all. That was a lot of focus on Nature Strip and what went wrong with him, and would he have won, should he have won. It was a fantastic performance to lead all the way at that cruising speed.
And to take your first step on top, and you've got 2 Group 1 wins down the straight, I mean, you'd think that the Newmarket is at his mercy.
Wasn't the heads up in the Coolmore last year when it looked an open betting race and he was $8, $9 the whole betting? All of a sudden he was $5 favourite.
And cruised home.
And bolted in.
Yep.
On the Group 2 Hobartville Stakes for the 3-year-olds at Rosehill, and suited by the 1400 second up is Animo Gator, your top pick.
Yeah, he did a great job, didn't he, first up against the pattern of the day.
They've got 7.50 to run, and Silent Impact trying to lead all the way by a length on Subterranean. Ranch Hand is stalking, so's Animo, only 2 lengths off the lead. Then came further back to Raging Bull, Halal, and Converges third last, pulling to the outside as they straighten up. Silent Impact 3.75 leads by a length to Ranch Hand. Subterranean, Animo getting into his work, 3 lengths away to Converge. Ranch Hand roped in Silent Impact, but Animo roped in the pair, and Animo moved up on the outside of Ranch Hand. Halal's closing off on the inside really well. Animo in front, danger. Halal's trying to beat him. Halal goes to Animo. Animo kicks, brave win. Animo fended off Halal in a stirring finish to the Hobartville. Third between Converge and Ranch Hand. Then came Kiss Some late, followed by...
Going to be fascinating to think what the wash-up is here. He had a lot of time to think, Animo, in that race. Tommy rides in for the first time. He looked like he might kick away and win by a length, and then it looked like he might get beaten by Halal. Converge was being hurled.
Converge from the back might keep for another day. He's run 3rd in front of Ranch Hand.
Yeah, all very good. I just think Animo, a beautiful ride, well thought out ride.
So Delphi, as they reach the 600 metres, no excuses, led by about a long neck to Yonkers. Then came Cascadian, who just needs a run. Steel Prince, who's been supported at odds, is going to peel out 3 wide. Then Emissary niggled at from Wentwood. A dash to the post, 3.50 out. Delphi, the leader from Yonkers, who's a neck away. Cascadian shoulders into the clear, and then came Emissary, who looks to run on. Delphi joined and just about headed by Yonkers. Cascadian trying to grind them down. Yonkers at the 100. Now Cascadian lifts, then Emissary. Cascadian up to Yonkers. Cascadian took the front and got it done. Cascadian wins from Yonkers Emissary. Then Delphi Steel
result as he wins a record 6th Peter Young Stakes, of course, registered as the St George, run since 1900. Jim Pike had won 5. Ollie had...
ridiculously slow. They've gone, I think, 18 lengths slow to the 800. So it was walk, trot, canter, and then a sprint. And Cascadian actually produced the best final 200 at the whole meeting, and that just highlights how slow they went. And
you know, he's a genuine 10-furlong horse, and clearly on a path to the Australian Cup, so he'll be mighty competitive.
Outside of Mo'unga, and also I'm Thunderstruck, who's just sneaking ground up on the fence now. Tarath joined by Mr. Mozart. They need a breather. 650 metres to go in the futurity. A length and a quarter, Streets of Avalon, the outside of Sierra Sue. They were followed by Tefane as the pace just slackened somewhat, peeled out 3 wide. I'm Thunderstruck bailed away from Extreme Flight, and Mo'unga last of all, coming around the corner. 350 out. It's Tarath held together. Mr. Mozart crabbed around the corner. Tefane presents. Sierra Sue needs a run. I'm Thunderstruck's hit a wall, and they were followed by Mo'unga. It's Tarath at the 200. Sierra Sue lifting. Tefane needs to find Mo'unga late. Sierra Sue takes Tarath. 100 metres to go. Sierra Sue pulls clear, and Sierra Sue won the futurity. Mo'unga second, Tefane third, Tarath 4. Then I'm Thunderstruck, Streets of Avalon, Extreme Flight.
Sierra Sue, what a mare she is, what a mare she's been. Adds another Group 1, of course, after taking the Rupert Clark at this track and trip back in September. But today she's done it at 1.
But no, she's a really, really good mare. And don't forget, I'm a Thunderstruck. He's a horse that needs to build in his races. Jai went back to the fence inside Mo'unga, who ended up running second and couldn't get out and build into the race like we've seen I'm Thunderstruck do at Caulfield. He's usually back, gets to the outside and builds. Yesterday he never got to, so please do not forget him in a
Further back along the inside, Waltz On By from Flashing Steel. Also in that group of horses out deeper is Dormier. Two further back, Kiki Express, Rampant Lion, and also Revolutionary Miss. Further back, Sebenak, and they were followed by Jacquinot, who sits on the outside of Count the Headlights, a length and a half Hafey. And last of all is Merchant Prince. Semi on the leader from English Riviera, and out three wide, Miss Rosiano at the 500. Waltz On By behind those horses. They were followed by Dormier as they run the bend. In between horses, then Flashing Steel, Kiki Express, Revolutionary Miss and Jacquinot coming to the middle of the track. Semi-on joined by English Riviera as they reach the 250 from Miss Rosiano, Dormier, and then came Revolutionary Miss and Jacquinot. It's a big finish, Semi-on English Riviera. Dormier's lifting, Revolutionary Miss and Jacquinot coming as well. Dormier holding on, they hit the line. Dormier in a photo with Revolutionary Miss, and then Jacquinot and Sebenak behind them, English Riviera. Next, Count the Headlights. Next to come. Dormier is the winner of the Blue Diamond Stakes. Blinkers on for the first time. Anthony and Sam Friedman have done it again. They've won 3 of the past 4 runnings of the race.
In terms of what we learnt going forward, I think what we learnt was the pre-race we didn't think there was much between a lot of them, and I think post-race it's much the same, Mark. I just don't...
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right.
You know, there's no... The one that probably going forward into next season, I'd be thinking of more so Jacquinot, who I was a...
Zootori at the end of the field with Streetcar Stranger. So the leader is Melkovich, tries to fill up the lungs before the corner, but Marabi's right there. Wild Ruler third, 3 wide, a length away game, followed by Jonker, Oxley Road, Bella Nipotina from Poland, Streetcar Stranger ingratiating Minhaj and Zootori. Marabi moves up and takes Melkovich as they reach the 200 metres, and the mare takes over, then away game, and back behind them Oxley Road, but off she goes, 100 to go. Marabi 2 lengths in front of away game, who's flashing at her, but Marabi's holding on and she's got the Group 1. Marabi for Ben Allen has won it from away game in Oxley Road. They were followed by a photo for 4, Poland General Bow, and they were followed by Melkovich, Bella Nipotina ingratiating Minhaj.
Quinella in the 140th Oakley Plate, and Marabi is the perfect 7 for 7. And again, it's the Christmas Stakes. Quinella with away game was flashing towards her late, and Ben Allen took more than a couple time. They've run a searing time in this year's edition as well. 1:02.23 as they cross the line. Oxley Road, Malcolm.
If there's going to be one horse to beat her, this is the stable, mate, but she's tough. The race didn't really pan out how I would have liked to. I probably went a little bit early on her, but she's a mare that can sustain that gallop, and I thought I'd use that to my advantage.
Did you sense?
Perfect 7 for 7, and perhaps the best of her triumph so far.
Yeah, definitely. Well executed right as well by Benny. We'll talk to him shortly. But the fireworks were on from the early stages, weren't they? With obviously plenty of place set.
Now, and they're off and racing. Extravagant Star left well to 600 metres, leads by a half length to Troach, a length and a half then to Lady Laguna, still staying towards the inside as they prepare to turn for home. Dame Cartland making hard work of it, and a gap back to Fun Sunday and Miss Fabergé. Extravagant Star swings for home in front. Lady Laguna goes to the inside with Troach the outside, and they're well clear from the rest. Extravagant Star leads at the 250 from Troach. Fireburn starting to pick up. Lady Laguna's putting it as well on the inside, and Miss Fabergé's running on as Fireburn moved up. Takes the lead from Lady Laguna. They beat off Troach and She's Extreme, but Fireburn in front from She's Extreme. Despite the betting drift, Fireburn too good. He's down. Won it by 3/4 to She's Extreme. Lady Laguna third, then Miss Fabergé doing...
Well, she just goes from strength to strength, Fireburn, and now she has ticked a very heavy box. She can win on a...
Sounds all right, doesn't it?
I tell you what, it was a very wet day that day too. It was actually slipper to George.
She's a real line chaser. She knows how to win. She's got a tremendous will to win, and she's put 3 together now. They run faster time than the Colts on the same day. I'd suggest that she'd probably want a wet slipper. She's extreme. Should have finished closer. Has talent for sure.
For the running of the Chipping Norton. At the 800 metres, they've gone halfway. Angela Truth in front. By 3/4 to Think It Over has got his forward roll. Mount Popper caught a little bit deep. Colette's right there on the fence, followed by Montefilia. Very Elegant just inching closer in a 3-wide position. Further back to do a She's Ideal Stockman. And the grey top rank last, but only 5 off the lead. Angela Truth at the 600 metres leads the Group 1 field around the corner by a half length on Think It Over. Mount Popper and Very Elegant moves up 4 wide. Colette's right there, pinned away on the inside. She just needs a bit of galloping room. Angela Truth in front from Think It Over and Very Elegant. She's starting to extend now, and the great mare hits the lead of the 200. Very Elegant. A length on Think It Over is in for the fight, and then came She's Ideal. Colette can't get out. Very Elegant just in front. About a neck in front to She's Ideal, who's looking to rein on the party, but Very Elegant. She's brave. She lifts, and she wins her second Chipping Norton. Very Elegant fended off the roughie. She's Ideal to win it, followed then by Think It Over, Montefilia Angela.
What a champion she is. That's her 11th career Group 1. For the record, Chris Waller, his Group 1 tally goes to 132. McDonald to 61. And Very Elegant to 11. She fought hard. She dug deep like champions do. And she will be welcomed back by, I'm pleased to say, a crowd that has appeared out of nowhere. The clouds and the rain went away.
She is. What a champion she is. She was so adaptable today. She got into a fight there, and she come out in front in the fight as well.
Outstanding performance by her.
Yeah, it is, and as you can see, it's touching me a little. No tears, but it's touched me. Just an amazing horse to work with as we're behind the scenes.
Come back after a Melbourne Cup and can do that at this distance.
Yeah, it's the second time as well, and yeah, it's just still getting over the Melbourne Cup.
Simple as that. It may have been a bunch finish and hard race to read, and it was a perfect ride by McDonald that got her home, but we know that she just keeps improving as the distances are increased, and to think that she's done this second up off a Melbourne Cup win, I think is astonishing. So, and I thought, well, I don't think too many of us missed Duay's run.
No, it was super. Joshy having to change course at the furlong, come out from out behind him.
11 Group 1 wins, now equal on the all-time record with Manicato, Lonhro and Rough Habit, and now 4th in the all-time money earnings list. The only ones in front of Very Elegant as far as money earned is Winks and a couple of Everest winners, Red Zell and Nature Strip. She sits 4th.
She's got to be in the conversation of the greats at the moment, doesn't she? I mean, 11th Group 1. I think yesterday's was her first repeat Group 1, so that shows her versatility, all distances, conditions. She is just an amazing, amazing racehorse. So.
I'm Divine races to 3rd on the outside of Hinge, then came Shahonka. Further back then to Heresy, 4 moves ahead, and Sweet Ruby it is back on the inside. Then came Espiona from Larkspur Run, Star Tontes in the pink blinkers on the outside of Hope in Your Heart. Fangirl as well back 3rd last as they straighten up. Never Been Kissed travelling well from Tillianum. Hinge goes to 3rd. A couple off then to I'm Divine from Shahonka. 4 moves ahead. Espiona still 6 off them, and a length and a half further back to Fangirl as Hinge moved up now. and Finch takes the lead from Heresy. Star Tontes bursting through Espiona very late. Star Tontes goes after Hinge, then Espiona. Star Tontes and Hinge, stride for stride. Hinged and Star Tontes, they split the line. This is desperately close. Hinged on the inside of Star Tontes, I'm not sure here. Espiona's got up to run third in front of Heresy, Hope in Your Heart, and then came Fan.
Inside, Star Tontes a lunge, and Hinge has come back. Here comes the photo. Hinged on the inside has got it. A Group Navdullah, the comeback kid, has got a Group 1. What a comeback. He's only been in the saddle a couple of weeks since a very, very serious injury.
And we'll keep for another day, but this filly has done the job and she's done it pretty good.
245, would you believe that? Interesting. Market's taken him on because, as I mentioned, $1.90 we opened up, suggesting that he mightn't lead and control this. And if so, he'll box eat and they'll try and out.
Been a bit of a crawl for this class. Mr. Brightside led, approaching the 600 metres from Corner Pocket. Zaki behind them. Luna Fox peels 3 wide. Inspirational Girl is trying to get to the outside. Purple Sector around her. They were followed by King Magnus, King of Lear Grants, Pondus and Banker's Choice in the running. 400 metres to go. And it's Mr. Brightside about to let go by 3/4 of a length. Corner Pocket. Zaki needs an out. Then Inspirational Girl and Luna Fox. Mr. Brightside, 250 metres to go. The sprint on. There's a run now for Zaki, about to use it. Zaki explodes through. Inspirational Girl late. Zaki, 100 metres to go, 3/4. Inspirational Girl's coming at him. It's going to be close. She got it. Inspirational Girl nailed Zaki. Photo third. Corner Pocket, Mr. Brightside, and then Banker's Choice. A gap to King Magnus, King of Lear Grants, Pondus, Inspirational Girl. She qualifies for the mile in a couple of weeks' time.
22. Analyse every second of it. Damien Lane from 7 of 10 gets to the fence, gets the back of the race favourite Zaki, and as Zaki got a gap for Jamie Carr through the speed in Mr. Brightside and Corner Pocket, and speed in inverted commas because they're
about to use it. Zaki explodes through. Inspirational Girl late. Zaki, 100 metres to go, 3/4. Inspirational Girl's coming at him. It's going to be close. She got it. Inspirational Girl nailed Zaki.
There's a few on by the sounds of it too. 6 kilo weight swing told, and I think the fact that she'd had
back on weight for age terms in a couple of weeks' time, I think Zaki can turn the tables on.
You think Zaki will turn the tables?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think that's the race that Zaki's been set for, this preparation with, obviously some ownership through.
The market sits right now. Forbidden Love, perhaps a horse who could come down.
And he's holding very good turnover. Second to Profondo, though, your favourite. So punters sticking with Profondo to, well, Gallop really strong on speed from that wide barrier. 420.
And then came Hitotsu and Forgot You travelling together. A length Pachero, Bonza Perla, Allegron, Pinstripe, Sharp Response, Sorel, and at the end of the field, Predaturn as they come around the corner. Rhinoceros led Lightsaber. Maurice's Madad, Profondo in plenty of air. 4 and 5 deep coming to the middle of the track. Didn't handle the corner. They were followed by Ranch Hand. Back to the inside. Hitotsu runs on and Forgot You's coming through too. Lightsaber in front, led by a length. Bonza Perla is flashing down the outside with Hitotsu. It's Lightsaber just in front. The filly Bonza Perla's coming and Hitotsu. Lightsaber 100 to go. Hitotsu grinding it down. Lightsaber joined by Hitotsu. They're running off the track. Hitotsu just in front. Hitotsu a special win. Won by a neck. Lightsaber second. Bonza Perla third from Forgot You. Followed by Captivant. And then Pinstripe. Maurice's Dad Allegron ran.
A horse that continues to defy history. Hitotsu. He won a VRC Derby at his 6th career start after winning a Donald Maiden over 1,350 metres 2 starts prior, and stepped from a Caulfield Guineas at 1,600 to be one of the more dominant Derby winners we've seen. And here today, in the history of this race that dates back to 1986, he's the first runner to return fresh and win the race. And the third horse
of a ride yesterday just showed the difference that barriers make. Profondo, he had to make a decision as to what to do to go forward from the wide gate. It didn't work out. He got trapped 4 wide, no cover with a genuine speed on. Hitotsu saved all the ground, produced late, just too strong. An amazing
build up and recent years. It's probably a ride Michael D would like over. How could he have done it differently?
There's one that got away, if you ask me. It probably just came at a chance to be able to get on the backs of, like Hutch and I said yesterday, on the back of Captivant, but he seemed to just sit there and let his horse drift out of the race. So he's in a position where, an unwinnable position, because the whole entire race, I could watch him, he's trying to get off the fence. Well, go back to the inside and follow a horse like Yonce and that, or because everyone was getting off the fence, gaps were opening on the inside, but he kept trying to get out. So it ended up going up the backhand of Profondo, not once, but twice. He did not even touch the horse with the whip and still run fifth. How this horse run fifth, I do not know. For me, it was one that got away, but there was a lot of...
It's ugly, it gets worse. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And then you just watch this horse, the last 50 metres with no pressure. This is... I know he's a fit horse and he's up and running, but Michael D just sort of didn't really want him to run on here because it really shows up how far he should have won by. Look at him. Oh.
He's an awkward going horse, carries himself...
Yeah.
So the big match race is coming up here. We've got 4 to line up in the Highland Race Colours Challenge Stakes, and 2 dominate here, of course, Nature Strip and Eduardo. And this...
Last year's winner Eduardo leads approaching the corner, and he's in front of Nature Strip in this year's edition. Nash has got a good grip on Eduardo as they turn for home by 2 lengths on Nature Strip, and already the 2 great sprinters are broken clear of the rest. Eduardo going great guns at the 300 metres. Now McDonald starts to push the button on Nature Strip, 3/4 of a length away. Eduardo's got plenty of gas in the tank, and Eddie's still running at the 100. Nature Strip's got the job to get there. Shelby 66 is running into second, charging home. Eduardo in front, clings on. Eduardo just, but Shelby 66 nearly knocked the grandstand over. What a run in second, getting past Nature Strip and Splint.
Eduardo, what a win. Joe Pry wins his 5th challenge. Just frame that, Eduardo, Shelby. Yeah, I agree, young fella. Did that really happen? 2
Hawthorne had no chance of getting within 5, 6 or 7 lengths of him. Nearly caused a Dandy Andy-like performance there.
9 times they've met. Nature Strip holds the advantage 5-4. 5-4.
Best again, and I say, just so happy to see him win another group race.
What's the plan? There's the market for the TJ Smith Stakes. Nature Strip's still at top of the market at $3.50 in front of Eduardo.
Since winning the Hobartville against, largely the same horses, so formed to be the horse to beat in the Randwick Guineas.
Group 1, Moston Copper, Randwick Guineas over the mile. The 3-year-olds are in the yard.
Metres by 3/4 to Raging Bull. Halal given every hope, 3rd from Coast Watch, 2 further back, then to Converge, who's got plenty of room in front and behind. War Eternal on his hammer, followed by Sea Treasures, then Sinbar. Animo still in a rearward position, but McDonald pulls free wide now at the 600 metres, and Royal Zella's last. It's Military Expert really being eyeballed by Raging Bull now as they come to the turn. Coast Watch moving up and Converge to the outside. Halal tucked away on the inside, and 3 further back to Animo. Military Expert leads the way from Converge, who strides up on the outside. Then came Halal, 2 after Animo. Converge has made the move at the 200 and going strongly. Converge 2 in front from Animo and Halal. Converge a length clear from Animo. Converge kept going. Animo will make one last lunge, but Converge goes on to win the Randwick Guineas by a half length to Animo. Halal in 3rd, War Eternal 4th, followed by Raging Bull.
Adrian there, and all the congratulations. It was a brilliant ride by Tim Clark. He put him in a Animo. We talked about this, Lizzie, didn't we? That he often gets himself into difficult positions. It was still a great run, but it was another second in the Group 1.
Yeah. A Derby trip as well. He's just got too much class, but discuss it with the connections.
Now, Animo, his run was superb when you analyse everything, sectionals. He just doesn't have the adaptability of the winner. And I thought when we get to the Rosehill Guineas with Animo, I think he's a huge yard watcher. I thought the presentation of him would be much better yesterday.
Might be the Rosehill Guineas next start. Animo's the $4 favourite for the Rosehill Guineas. Converges at $4.50. Hitotsu's at $5.
Go. Let's have a look at the Australia Cup, folks. And no scratchings, which is great. Think it over. It's great to have him here in Sydney. And he opened up at $3 mark. He dropped into $2.70 today, back out to $3, but 50% of turnover. Stalk them and have the last crack, or will it be Jewess, the 4-year-old mare? You know, she's good at 1.25 miles, possesses the turn of foot. Could she round
a trail? Fourth Angel of Truth, and they were followed by Homesman, who's 3 wide around Harlem and Miss Siska. A length nonconformist, Chapada, and the cheap fractions midway. Led 3/4 of a length, Best of Days. It's about to quicken. Homesman around those with Angel of Truth. Parody, 5th offence from nonconformist. Then came Chapada and Harlem behind that leading wall. Further back, Miss Siska bailed away to the outside, Defibrillate and Platoon, and then Shared Ambition. So Steel Prince collared here by Best of Days. Homesman the outside, Parody up on the fence, then Chapada, Defibrillate winding up, then Platoon. It's Best of Days and Parody from Homesman, and then Chapada at the clock tower. Best of Days just in front of Parody. Homesman still coming, then Defibrillate. Homesman moves up to Best of Days at the 100. Best of Days and Homesman. Best of Days and Homesman. Homesman with the music man cheering above, and also Best of Days a photo. Days and Parody from Homesman, and then Chapada at the clock tower. Best of Days just in front of Parody. Homesman still coming, then Defibrillate. Homesman moves up to Best of Days at the 100. Best of Days and Homesman. Best of Days and Homesman. Homesman with the music man cheering above, and also Best of Days a photo. Homesman and Best of Days a photo. Maybe Homesman. Then came Chapada prominent for 3rd. For 4th, a wall of them, Defibrillate.
And 4 in the Australian Cup.
Completely luckless, wasn't she, in the Chipping Norton? And, yeah, well, she got the race run to suit today as well. There was good speed. Spanish Mission made it a test. Think It Over was brave.
Second here as favourite, and then that very fast closing 6 behind Very Elegant in the Chipping Norton.
This was an unbelievable win, really, given what transpired. I mean, when you take into account what Jewess has managed to do. Off this strong speed, and they were humming along. It was ranked 1 by Daily Sectionals. The race speed, and you've got to be an exceptional horse to do this, particularly on a day where we had some handy sprinters. She's run the 8th best final 200 at the whole meeting. I think we not unearthed a star, but she is obviously something pretty special, and I think they can set their sight.
And, well, he's running second.
Well, she's $18 for the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, with Very Elegant atop that market on.
She's 5 from 5 now, and she was brilliant again yesterday. She ran very fast time in comparison to a weaker race over the same distance, and there's a lot to like about her. If you just see her, the arrogance of this win, where she just, you know, he's just kidding on her out wide there. He just says, OK, let her just stride past them here, and away she goes. So
a little bit of 6 home too.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, that's all it was. Yep. So she's got some lungs on her. You know, it's hard to line them up because you don't, you know, these 3-year-old fillies can just jump out of the ground out of, you know, maiden class just like that. But she's 5 from 5, and I don't, you know, it's a long way to go.
There's plenty of upside to her.
Yeah, there is. Yep. There is. Thank you.
Will the slipper picture become any more clearer after the Celebrations Magic Night Stakes?
Celestial Spirit held the front from Winner Takes It All, a half length away, followed by Miss Fabergé the centre. Swift Sweet out 3 wide. Magic Carpet 5th, the rails. Then came Siriu from She's Extreme coming a bit wider. In fact, they all come wide. Well off the fence, they straighten up now. Winner Takes It All makes the move now. Got to a narrow lead from Celestial Spirit. Swift Sweet is closing in. She's Extreme winding up on the outside, and then came Miss Fabergé. They're right across the track, and She's Extreme letting down hard now, and the favourite moved up to take the lead away from Magic Carpet, and then Swift Sweet, and She's Extreme pushed out by Berry Goes Home Best, won it by a length and a half. Second Magic Carpet, a gap back to Swift Sweet.
Good strong win, wasn't it? She was powerful at the end. Magic Carpet, he almost got 4 James, so it's a father-son Quinella there, Anthony Cummings, and also Joe.
It just sets up for a backup horse, which we saw a lot of horses with recent runs win yesterday, and which we need on these real testing tracks. It's going to be very hard for the first uppers and the horses with a break between runs. And this filly has put a name up, and she's run the time, Corey. There's something to like about her.
I thought.
Well, Tom Sherry's looking to get...
So the runners are parading here for the big one of the day, the Coolmore Classic. 1,500 metres ahead of them.
$100,000. Mr. Gately, Espiona, Chris...
And they're off and racing. And Expat hopped out well together with Mirror Vision, and Vangelica showing great promise of success is the last one. And don't tell me she's done it again at Tissue. I can't find her as they go up to the first turn at the 1,000 at Success. And the favourite Espiona's last. And at Tissue, she's a very very bad girl. She hasn't come out of the gates again. Expat rolling in the lead for Tom Sherry, leads by a half length on Vangelic, and the pair go stride for stride at the 500 metres. Mirror Vision gets a good cut into it. On the outside of Yes Baby Yes, then Lighthouse from Capistel, Polly Gray, Espiano right up the inside as they swing for home, and Expat is the leader, got a length and a half now up on Vangelic, and their dominant leaders. Lighthouse goes to third from Mirror Vision. Espiano's not in the hunt. Expat in front. Lighthouse, the Greys digging in, and Lighthouse moved up to Expat. Clear from Mirror Vision, Vangelic, and promises success, but Lighthouse, she's drawn clear here in the Coolmore Classic, and Lighthouse way too good. Mirror Vision second. Hinge jumped out of the ground to run third in front of Promises Success, and Expat close up. Then
with the tissue not coming out of the barrier, so that's going to be, you would think, the end of her racing career here. She's had a couple of goes now. It's let's see where she is. Yep, you can just see in the middle there, not happening.
She actually reared up this time, so I suppose
she doesn't want to have a bar.
Further back than second, this American mare.
Wait for Age, the mile, the All-Star mile. Zaki's here to play. We opened up at 3.10 at Sportsbet. He got as short as $2.40 on race day, clearly dominating the turnover. Now, since markets have opened the All-Star mile when we declared the field. OK, let's have a look at Zaki, though. He continues to trim, and I'll tell you, folks, straight away, he is the mark.
Inspirational Girl, Luna Fox, Mr. Brightside, well back, Captive on Cascadian, and last Sierra Sue. Call Sign Mav is the leader as they reach the 950. Tried to slacken from Zaki. Lightsaber third, fourth is then Inspirational Girl. I'm Thunderstruck. Further back is Captive on, who's travelling very deep on the course. Well back, Cascadian, King Magnus, Mr. Brightside on the inside of Sierra Sue. 600 metres to go in the All-Star mile. Call Sign Mav in front from Zaki, the outside, who gives it the stare. Lightsaber a length and a half away. Pinstriped wider. Streets of Avalon, Ice Bath deeper. They were followed by Luna Fox, Tefane, I'm Thunderstruck. Inspirational Girl trying to wind up 6 off the lead. Zaki went to the front. 300 metres to go. Put up 2 legs. Streets of Avalon, Pinstripe. I'm Thunderstruck late, then Call Sign Mav. Zaki with 150 to go from Streets of Avalon. I'm Thunderstruck. But it's Zaki clear. 50 metres to go. Zaki, a star, an all-star mile winner. Scored a length and a quarter. Second, I'm Thunderstruck, Streets of Avalon. They were followed by Mr. Brightside, Cascadian, Inspirational Girl, Sierra Sue, Ice Bath, Tefane, Pinstripe, Call.
He's a beast. He's as good as we've got on Australian soil right now. Zaki takes out the 2022 Seppelt Wines All-Star Mile in a command performance. Disadvantage to run second. But how about the play?
The betting was spot on. The market really rallied around Zaki. A plan was hatched. It was perfectly executed from Jamie Carr. And what about the roar from the crowd?
This mile race, the All-Star.
It was a fantastic ride. I thought it would pose some serious issues, but I think just this part here, she could have been posted. She presses on, and she continues on, and she almost dictates early there to the Lightsaber to just slide across, and then she can control the race. And that middle section, that was the difference in it. Now she can get a breather. No other riders decided to make a move.
No, and she talking about before the race was, could she get posted? Once Lightsaber gave up the spot outside the leader, the race was over, and there was no real intent. Maybe affected the tempo of the race was Mr. Brightside being scratchy out of the gates.
Yeah,
he ran really well yesterday, Mr. Brightside.
What about Streets of Avalon?
But he's right on target, that other horse. I'm Thunderstruck. You watch him when he gets to the Doncaster Mile.
Good appearance in the race, and last year's event, well, that was one of the great races of the modern era. Very elegant at a Dave going toe-to-toe. And I think a lot of us lost
tempo. It can place 5, 6, 1, 4.
Very quiet, very elegant, the hot favourite. 135 into $1.18, just back to 124. Montefilia 6 out to 10.
Back to Montefilia, who's got 2 lengths in advance. Very elegant at this point, and back on the inside is a Messery. So they're starting to take slightly closer order, and on John of the 600 metres, a length on Angel of Truth. Now Montefilia pulls out 3 wide, and McDonald gets onto her back now on Very Elegant. As things start to ramp up at the 450, Angel of Truth lays it down to Antonio. Montefilia gets going, and a length and a half for the back to Very Elegant. Montefilia races to the lead of the 350 by a length on Very Elegant, who's drifting a bit under pressure. Montefilia is going great guns. Is she going to cause the upset? Montefilia is fending off there, Very Elegant, and Montefilia draws clear here in the round, but for a 4th Group 1 victory. victory, and she's claimed a big scalp today. Montefilia by a length and 3/4 to Very Elegant. 6 lengths to Angel of Truth. A gap back to Sikandra.
Terrific mare, to be fair to her. That's her 4th career Group 1. For David Payne and Jason Collett, it's so important, but it's a favourite surface. Very Elegant comes up on the outside of Montefilia. James McDonald.
Absolutely no doubt in the wide world, no excuses, because he had Montefilia's back. He cruised up on the point of the turn. He waited, and then was there at the right time, but she raced away from him over the conclusion.
Stakes market.
Yeah, well, that's got her duets perfectly placed there, and who knows what the rest are doing, and whether Montefilia goes there.
Mo and Converge, and another round this afternoon, Daz.
Yeah, Gav, I'm really looking forward to the rematch here from the Randwick Guineas between Converge and Animo. And the way the market is with Converge at $4 and Animo odds on, I've got
the barrier, but 200% improvement. 200% improvement today on what he has been in his past couple of runs. So.
We're ready for the Rosehill off at the moment. Then came Mediaro for Got You, and Sinbar's last. James McDonald's going to take the favourite to the front now. And Animo heads to the lead narrowly, and he drops anchor, and Profondo pulled his way to the lead. He's travelling very strongly, and in the Giddies going down about 8 lengths off the lead. So Profondo's run this at a very strong tempo. He's been going hard all the way by 4 lengths on Animo. Forgot You races to third now, and Conversion a little bit of a pocket back on the inside. Sinbar on the running line from Mediaro, and only 6 lengths covers the field now. It's Profondo coming back to Animo, a length and a half between them at the 600 metres. Forgot You moving up 3 wide. A length and a half to Converge, who's still travelling okay on the inside as they come up to the home turn now. And it's Profondo and Animo toe for toe at the top of the straight. Profondo in front from Animo. 2 lengths to Converge. Animo's getting serious now, and he said ta-da to Profondo. Away goes Animo in the Rosehill Guineas. He's well clear. Converge is trying to run into second place. He probably will at the end, but this is the best of Animo today. A brilliant performance in the Rosehill Guineas, won it by 7 lengths. Profondo in front from Animo, 2 lengths to Converge. Animo's getting serious now, and he said ta-da to Profondo. Away goes Animo in the Rosehill Guineas. He's well clear. Converge is trying to run into second place. He probably will at the end, but this is the best of Animo today. A brilliant performance in the Rosehill Guineas, won it by 7 lengths. Converge second, Forgot You third, Profondo gassed in fourth, then Mediaro and Sinbar was last.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and that's Animo at his best. That's what we saw in the Caulfield, breathtaking at 2,000 metres. And for James McDonald, 50 Australian Group 1s, and he does it quicker than the master Damien Oliver. What a talent he is. And James Cummings
Be a new Queen Elizabeth favourite after that. He was $6 prior to this race, and now he's a $3. Prior to this race, and now he's a $3.50 favourite. There you go. And so he's different horse.
Yeah, I just love the way he paraded. Yeah, like he walked around the enclosure like a real old timer yesterday. Where his first 2 runs, he's been kicking the rail every chance he got, and got quite hot. Not really hot, but he's definitely sweating up. But yesterday he just paraded like an old timer, and James had to ride him against the pattern that he wanted to. He thought Converge was going to be the leader. Profondo got in between them and caused a little bit of havoc down the back, and just
isn't this a proper race? This could be one of the best races we've seen in years. Animo, Very Elegant, Zaki, Douay, Montefilia
in the week, so I think he looks fantastic ahead of the Golden Slipper.
There's Ali Mosley with Best of Bordeaux, the Queenslander, looking to remain unbeaten. Darren, this is the big one of the day, and they're running for $5 million here in the Slipper.
To $8.50. Best of Bordeaux out to $11. Fireburn at $12. Jacquinot at $13. Since the barrier draw.
Well, but caught wide, then She's Extreme from Sevenac. They're followed further back then by Fireburn, who's taking an inside run from Sir Jardin well back. Revolutionary Miss O'High and Rise of the Masses are being caught deep, and a shuffle back as Best of Bordeaux pushes on. Best of Bordeaux at the 600 just leads from Lady Laguna. Dormier's right there in third, then Sweet Ride, 7 Vales in the white cap. Coolangatta in the middle of the ruck. Seminac deeper out, followed then by Russian Conquest, Fireburn and She's Extreme. Best Best of Bordeaux swings in front by a length on Dormier. Then came Sweet Ride from Lady Laguna. Coolangatta being called upon, running on. Best of Bordeaux just in front of Dormier, but Coolangatta's giving chase. Best of Bordeaux bravely in the lead from Coolangatta. Coming through is Fireburn with a big run off the fence, and Fireburn charges home and gives Gary Portelli his second golden slipper. Fireburn, Russian Conquest, Fireburn, and She's Extreme. Best of Bordeaux swings in front by a length on Dormier. Then came Sweet Ride from Lady Laguna. Coolangatta being called upon, running on. Best of Bordeaux just in front of Dormier, but Coolangatta's giving chase. Best of Bordeaux bravely in the lead from Coolangatta. Coming through is Fireburn with a big run off the fence, and Fireburn charges home and gives Gary Portelli his second golden slipper. Fireburn beat Best of Bordeaux and Coolangatta third, followed by Dormier. Further back to Oh Hi, She's Extreme, Queen of the Ball. Then came Jacquinot from Revolutionary Mischief.
Fireburn wins the Longines golden slipper. Gary Portelli gets his second slipper, and Brenton Avdulla gets his second golden slipper. And we think about, he's been to hell and back in regards to his injury. He's fought back, he's overcome it all, and he's put on a clinic by going up the rails and going around one horse throughout. It was breathtaking. Just when Coolangatta loomed up to win, Best of Bordeaux has kicked strongly. Dormier, the blue.
Firebird, you know, it was an amazing effort to be knocked over in such a high-pressure race at that stage of the race, probably around about the 700-metre mark, to pick herself up and to work to the line like she did. It was a huge effort.
Gary Portelli, you know, he hasn't got a big string, and he doesn't have multiple, you know, 20 or 30 yearlings come in, or 40 yearlings come into his stable each year. But to think he's got two runners, one by Rebel Dane, a horse he trained, it's a big pat on the back for his selection process for these yearlings. And this filly just loves to chase the line down, and well, it's an advantage up the inside the last couple of weeks. And look at this filly sprout wings right through the middle here, and that's a dominant performance. I want to be forgiving for Coolangatta because of that wet. She didn't let down on the wet track, although she was given it.
The race itself, yes, it was hectic. Yes, it was frantic, but it was, I don't know, safely enough run, but all the babies and riders got through reasonably well.
Yeah, there's always drama and excuses and whinging after. That's where the big shuffle up happened there, and you thought a few were going to get completely out of play. And Shajarden was another one that had no luck. He's found trouble everywhere he went.
Even in the street.
Where there was a bit of scrimmaging, they were right beside each other. The colt actually came in on her and smashed her, and she went straight out the back. And then so I started watching him, and then he got smashed at the top of the straight. And I said to James, not this year, mate, we're out of play. And then you can see her building and going through her revs, and oh, mate, what a finish. Unbelievable. She won by 2.5 lengths, easing down. Rebel Dane.
Let her come back, let him sort of hopefully crash and tackle a few of them for me. But once we got out of the chute, there was a real shuffle up, and the speed felt like it came out of the race. And I nearly all but sold out and lost plenty of momentum, ended up back second last. And from the 500 onwards, I just thought, look, I can't win the race. I'm just trying to get it comfortable and earn a bit of prize money. And once I straightened up, got it balanced, and started to pick them off one by one, I got the 200 thinking this thing's still going to win. So yeah, I knew I was home at the furlong. I just had to get out, and we should come around Best of Bordeaux heels, took this race over.
Sam Clifford and Best of Bordeaux.
Swain in the red cap, Brenton Avdulla copped some serious interference in a moment. This is almost God's own, like in the Caulfield Guineas of 2005, to win this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Just nearly, you'll see this horse on rail in a minute. He gets year in, year out, aren't they? Like, he just turns up and he produces horses. He trained the father. It would have been such a big thrill for him, for Gary Portelli.
I can't believe this horse won this race with what happened there.
When
you see the chopper shot, it's even worse. But it's an unbelievable win and an unbelievable...
Because they're a very, very average bunch of two-year-olds.
It's true, but it's still a big win no matter what.
Yeah, no, it was. This will be the worst slipper in history.
Even the stablemate, was unlucky that... of Portelli's as well. It never got a look in. It was in the scrimmage. So it was whoever got through that part of the race. But you're on a heavy track. This form can be turned around in next week when they go backing up into the...
It'll still go down as one of the all-time wins.
Guys, thank you so much.
Shelby 66. When earlier on in the week we were talking double figures. About 2 minutes ago, we were talking favourite for the race. It has been a remarkable ascension for this horse. Currently equal favourite with Isotope, but there's Shelby 66. Away game at $8.50.
Racing now, Bella Nipotina's blown the start right out the back and in the Congo. Jump fast from over Parson Malkovich as they go into the first bend. Big and deep out Ballistic Lover. Further back to Jamea from Brooklyn Hustle, Rule of Law. And Palali's been snagged back to last. In the Congo, first up leads from Malkovich over past third. Followed by Big Parade. And out pretty deep now as they come around the turn is Isotope into the straight, and it's in the Congo. From in second position, Malkovich, Big Parade, and then came further back to Isotope. Away game, overpass looking for an inside run. Shelby 66 into the clear. It's in the Congo from Big Parade. Shelby 66 is coming after them. Shelby 66 goes after Big Parade in the Congo, fighting on. Shelby 66 put the nose in front. Wow! From a highway horse to Group 1 hero today, Shelby 66. Game, overpass looking for an inside run. Shelby 66 into the clear. It's in the Congo from Big Parade. Shelby 66 is coming after them. Shelby 66 goes after Big Parade in the Congo, fighting on. Shelby 66 put the nose in front. Wow! From a highway horse to Group 1 hero today, Shelby 66 beat Big Parade and in the Congo. Followed by Brooklyn Hustle. Then came over past Bellucci Bay, Bella Nipotina, Rule. Shelby 66, the story of the year, and Robbie Dolan treated to the ride today, trained by Danny.
At the moment, this is extraordinary what Danny Williams has done with Shelby 66. Go back to the 5th of February on a soft track in a highway at Randwick. He started at $11. He was beaten less than 2 lengths. Danny then took him to another highway.
Racing has just got to nab him and get him with the lightweight on the line. A great ride from a horse that is just come from nowhere. And, well, he's a cult hero. There's no doubt about it. Give him a slot.
That'll say to Danny Williams, and he'll be making his bid. You can imagine his 8th run in 9 weeks. I don't know whether the trainer can believe it. Danny Williams is on his way over. He's been congratulated all over the place, and we're...
How good of a story is that?
Can you believe it?
No, I can't. How well is he going? It's just, that is incredible, you know?
8, and then he started to make a name for himself. He became a cult hero. What is he now, Danny?
Is he in the Everest?
Give him a slot, Dan.
For sure.
It's a ridiculous story where this horse has come from. The money came from him yesterday as well, Ronnie, and he is a Galaxy winner now.
Well, we're slow learners. We're very slow learners. This has to arrive, you know, probably one of the highlights of the day, if not the highlight of the day, and even the jockey, Robbie Dolan, like he's in the Profondo story, and then all of a sudden he gets to the races there yesterday. He's had 2 rides at 52, and he arrives on both of them. He beats his old boss here. Everything's just happened in one day for him.
The swings and roundabouts of racing.
Perhaps the Galaxy in Sydney. Where has Shelby 66 come from?
I think the great thing about Shelby winning was everybody out there who owns a benchmark 58 horse or a 64 horse can still dream about it being a Group 1 horse. To do it week after week, though, one week after the other is astonishing. It's just one of those great racing stories, isn't it? You love the sort of the battle of the battling horse who takes on the Group 1s, and week after week, he was only an emergency for that race too, wasn't he? So
yes, he was. Yeah.
He really needed the wet weather to get into the race.
And good for Robbie Dolan as well, who, of course, came off Profondo, a horse he's helped build his career on.
Yes, Ed Cummings, a 2-time Group 1 winner with Duis, the Queensland Oaks and the Australian Cup, and looking to become another Cummings name with that name.
As they start the run down the side, and he's coming into the race pretty quickly. Josh Parr, though, keeps his powder dry in the mare. Duis still sitting back last, coming to the turn. Angel of Truth in front by a length to Mighty Bill. Spanish Mission starts to improve his position. Stockman's 4 deep now coming to the bend. They're followed further back by Shiraz onto his back from the Chosen One. Duis pulling deep. Think It Over's got shuffled back into a very awkward spot, and She's Ideal taking a rails run. Into the straight now. Mighty Marty Bill moved up on the outside of Angel of Truth. Dewis is cutting loose, coming down the outside of Stockman, and in a bound, the great mare Dewis races to the lead inside the 200 metres and shot clear from Stockman. Then Chosen One, Shiraz, and further back to Think It Over, but Dewis, a star mare on the rise, and she claims the Group 1 double, the Australian Cup and the Tancred Stakes. What a performance! Stockman second, Photo third, Think It Over, outside of Angel of Truth. Dewis is cutting loose, coming down the outside of Stockman, and in a bound, the great mare Dewis races to the lead inside the 200 metres and shot clear from Stockman. Then Chosen One, Shiraz, and further back to Think It Over, but Dewis, a star mare on the rise, and she claims the Group 1 double, the Australian Cup and the Tancred Stakes. What a performance! Stockman second, Photo third, Think It Over, and the Chosen One. Followed in by Angel of Truth, Mighty.
She oozes class. She is something special. Josh Parr knows it. Ed Cummings knows it. And there are a lot of punters steadily.
She's a very talented filly, there's no doubt about that. I must admit, you know, getting to the 1,000 metre mark, I saw
huge heart, great lungs.
No dramas.
Could she come back to 2,000?
Oh, easily. Yeah, easily. You know, we haven't changed much of her work, and she's just...
Oh, let's go.
All right, good on you, mate.
Thank you.
Well done.
Rory, you're already a two-time Group
1. Okay, the runners are in the yard for the next The Vinery, and by the way, Dewis,
Never Been Kissed, ensuring it's a true gallop here in the Vinery Stud Stakes of the 800 metres. Never Been Kissed, 2 lengths clear from Hinged, followed by Stray, 2 lengths to Fangirl. Then came Mokalua, from Gin Martini, Gypsy Goddess pulling out, trying to improve. Then came Pink Ivory from Youthful, Pretty Amazing Yearning, and Head and Smile as they swing for home. Never Been Kissed coming to the centre of the track, leads by a length on Hinge. Fangirl goes to third, a gap back to Ellen Mack. Then came Mokalua, Gypsy Goddess still 6 off the lead. She'll have to be good to win from there. It's Never Been Kissed, being joined by Hinged and Fangirl the outside. It's Hinged and Fangirl. Fangirl the outside of Hinged is in for the fight. Fangirl ahead in front to Hinged. Stride for stride, Fangirl and Hinged, and Fangirl won the Vinery Stud Stakes in a great battle. Fangirl wore down Hinged, and a gap back to Gypsy Goddess third. In front of Pink Ivory and Never Been Kissed. Then Hope in Your Heart.
Well, Fangirl has got her Group 1 here. She is too good for the stablemate Hinged. They fought it out. Chris Waller, you've trained the Quinella, and Fangirl's got a Group 1.
Yeah, she certainly has, and well deserved. It's been a tough autumn for so many of the horses, especially the fillies. And
in the race, this is a very good push. I was stunned to wake up and see $1.95. We're now talking about even money. Our traders were keen to take this runner on.
And they're off to Devil Racer. Straight Aaron peeling 3 wide now at the 600 metres. Well, they're just coming back in again for cover. And a length and a half to Kelvin Road has come right off the bridle. Coming to the turn, Sweet Ruby in front narrowly from Capistel. Flying Crazy third the inside is Joe Murray revved up. Straight Aaron gets to the outside. He's 4 lengths away, 3 lengths away, getting into the finish. Capistel at the 250, a length clear from Flying Crazy. Straight Aaron winding up on the outside, and Joe Murray through the middle. But Straight Aaron moved up now with 100 metres to run and beat off Capistel and Jamari. And it's all Straight Aaron ripping clear in the Carbine Club Stakes for a 3-length victory. Second, Joe Murray, Capistel third, and Devil Racer got up to run fourth.
Surprised about the result. He's a good horse. He really wrapped them up, didn't he? So James has come down the same part of the track in both the first 2 races.
But I think this is a real horse of the future. He's likeable, there's upside, he's lightly raced, he's got youth and talent on his side. That's an absolute demolition job from a horse that...
But good horse. I think he's a Group 1 winner in the making. I don't know how soon. He's a gelding, so Chris can take his time and get him going his way, but he went back in a slowly run race here and he owned it. Might be a lovely Queensland Guineas horse and could be a Group 1 winner in the future for sure. Love what I saw.
Went in to interview James.
Dan, I love the lead-up trial as well. He looks absolutely spot on. We'll see how good Fireburn is today. Perhaps she's something special. Her slipper win was enormous, and no luck at all for She's Extreme in the slipper itself. So
at that stage, we were talking $1.90, and that was obscenely short, truth be told. We're now talking $2.50. Hard to believe we were hoping for $2.20. $4.80 about She's Extreme.
The Blue Diamond winner in front, Dormier at the 800 metres, and She's Extreme has been very well back. Berry taking Bad Luck out of the equation in second, followed by Man in the Mirror on the inside of Magic. Two further back to Show Court, then Charlatan from Brosnan, Fireburn locked up on the inside from Wealthy Investor, then Let's Roll the Dice from Warby and Count the Headlights. Last of all, Dormier leads around the corner from She's Extreme, 2 lengths to Man in the Mirror, then came Magic. Fireburn improving along the rails, and deeper out Brosnan and Show Court. She's Extreme moved up now, took the lead away from Dormier, 3 lengths to Fireburn. It's She's Extreme drawing 2 lengths clear. Fireburn, she's looking to defy history. She's giving chase, the slipper winner, and Fireburn went past She's Extreme. She's a very exciting filly. Fireburn by 2 lengths to She's Extreme. Let's Roll the Dice a distant third, then Dormier. Count the Headlights, Charlatan. The Headlight and Man in the Mirror. There's 5 in a row for the Star filly.
Well said, Darren, well said. She is an outstanding 2-year-old. What the future, and that's...
He got as much kick out of that as any winner he has ridden. And don't forget, he was on the sidelines not so long ago. Here he comes, Gary.
They think it might have been a one-off thing, but they don't do that in slippers and still win. I thought today...
She just loves to chase them down. We've been saying it for 2 or 3 starts now. She just loves something to peg back, and once she got sight of the leader here, she did her thing and raced away. The fillies was so dominant again.
I heard Breton on radio this morning say when he straightened up, and
it's not actually a celebration, is it? Well, he's been fined under the rule of a celebratory gesture, but it wasn't. It was
cheeky.
Yeah,
it was very cheeky.
I don't know. Everyone's got a different opinion. I've heard conflicting arguments both sides. I thought it was good. I thought it was good theatre.
It was theatre. She's in odds on now, Ronnie. Yeah, $1.90. Yeah. Fireburn. She's Extreme going to the Champagne, so another match up there, but it's her race for sure, Fireburn, to win the Triple Crown. So she wasn't
an out-and-out stayer on physicalities. Obviously, he's got a big question mark whether he's going to handle the wet conditions today, but on looks alone, he looks in great shape.
What you want. Hitotsu has been so well backed. I'm surprised, actually, by the weight of money. We're talking about 35% of the hold in an Australian derby. $3.10. Now, it's hovered...
Chance, then Footlights, 3 back the fence on the inside of War Eternal. Now Clyder's pulling out deep together with Hitotsu, trying to improve their positions. Further back to Azami, then came Can't Go Bong. Regal Lion is strung up in the middle of the ruck together with Raging Bull as they approach the home turn now. Benno's pulling to the outside, the grey trying to get into it. Further back to White Noise from Akahata dropping out, and Sea Treasures as they bunch on the turn. Castlereagh Kid from Morris and Midad, Characters pulling out. Footlights getting a rouse run from Zoom On. Then came War Eternal. Down the outside, Hitotsu and Benno both putting in big runs. They're wide out, and Benno moved up on the outside of Hitotsu through the centre as a leg run. It's a leg run coming out on Benno. Between them, Hitotsu trying to lift. Hitotsu is lifting from Benno the outside. The grey Benno goes to Hitotsu. Hitotsu clings on, and Hitotsu wins the derby. The first since Mahogany to do. Then came War Eternal. Down the outside, Hitotsu and Benno both putting in big runs. They're wide out, and Benno moved up on the outside of Hitotsu through the centre as a leg run. It's a leg run coming out on Benno. Between them, Hitotsu trying to lift. Hitotsu is lifting from Benno the outside. The grey Benno goes to Hitotsu. Hitotsu clings on, and Hitotsu wins the derby. The first since Mahogany to do the double. Hitotsu just from Benno and a leg run, and they gap the rest. Big margin back to Zoom On. Then Sea Treasures, Morris's...
Just can't do what this 3-year-old does. He jumps from a mile to a mile and a half, and he does it not once, but he does it twice. He outstays Benno in the run to the line by about a long neck, and Character... Is it not Character?
What a horse. What a horse. Where do you do with him? I'd love to see him back up next week just to put a bit more to a dinner. But look at the gap to the 4th horse. But all honours with the winner. He's a superior colt.
He's now one of our leading Group 1 riders every year.
And he was beaten here.
Talk about the early crow.
Talk about off the canvas, and you're right. Talk about this is the second early crow for me on the day. How did he fight back?
The more interference he found, the better he
sprung him into action.
Yeah.
How good is he? I don't know.
And Johnny Allen's comments after.
He's won 17 Group 1s in his career. 17 in his career, 11 of them have been derbies.
That is big.
Those McDonald.
Yeah, why can't he? Why can't he? He's a terrific third-up performer. We all know that. Chris knows that. He preps him up to have him right for this race. That's why That's why he's won it twice, and he's favourite here for his 3rd time to win in 3.
Has been backed accordingly. Around 35% of the hold. A very well supported $2.30 favourite. Eduardo on the second line at $4.80. Mars Crusade, and yet the second best backed runner in the race is the fan favourite, Shelby 66 at $9.
And Nature Strip is rolling forward, so it's on already. Eduardo leads from Nature Strip. The 2 big wigs running 1-2 in the early part, followed by Overpass, who's in a handy position together with Powlele. Masked Crusader trying to improve on the rails. Deeper out then is Rockin' Horse, followed then by Rule of Law. Shelby 66 drifting back now, followed by Count de Rupee, Bellucci Babe, and Zutori is the last one. Nature Strip takes the lead clearly at the 600 metres. He really went steady on Eduardo in second spot, and their dominant leaders coming to the turn from Overpass, Powlele, and out deep is Rockin' Horse. Shelby 66 gets onto his back, followed by Masked Crusader taking a rails run. Head of the straight though, Nature Strip extends his lead on Eduardo, 2.5 between them, and they're well clear from the rest. Nature Strip at the 250, 2 lengths in front. The 8-year-old Eduardo's trying his heart out, but Nature Strip wants his piece of history today, and he's got it. Here's a TJ treble for the Sprint King. Nature Strip goes on to beat Eduardo. Powlele 3rd. They're taking a rails run. Head of the straight though, Nature Strip extends his lead on Eduardo, 2.5 between them, and they're well clear from the rest. Nature Strip at the 250, 2 lengths in front. The 8-year-old Eduardo's trying his heart out, but Nature Strip wants his piece of history today, and he's got it. Here's a TJ treble for the Sprint King. Nature Strip goes on to beat Eduardo. Powlele 3rd, and wide out Bellucci Babe running 4th, just in front of Overpass. Then Satori from Shelby 66. A gap back to Rule of Law. Masked Crusader, Rockin' Horse.
Absolute TJ Smiths, and on every occasion there wouldn't have been a horse in the world who could have beaten him. The Nature Strip, who turns up for the TJ Smith for the 3rd year in the row, is unstoppable. He beats Eduardo. He's done it Chautauqua. Nature Strip has won his 3rd TJ Smith here at Royal Randwick.
Like you said, Ronnie, to peak him right at the right time, and you could tell even when I went in and spoke to J-Mac, even in J-Mac's voice, you could just...
It'll win.
Yeah, he just had no doubt whatsoever. It's just electric yesterday.
Yeah, and the way he's got confidence in James, because he read the play again so beautifully. You know, everyone thought, oh, he's going to just sit on, you know, the girth of... It was just a horse in the zone. His record speaks for itself. He's the second highest earner in history in Australia now, with nearly 18 million in the bank. Eduardo, in Europe where they stack up and down
overseas.
Yeah. Well, it's just those races in Europe where they stack up and down the straight there. They're just ready-made for him, and it's.
I'm Thunderstruck in the Doncaster coming up. How's he come through his second placing in the All-Star Mile?
Yeah, he's fantastic. So the 2 races we wanted to win is the All-Star into the Doncaster, and I would say the only...
Not hard to get a tip for him from the Victorians. They say he could stride across here and get a little bit of ownership of this race, and he's...
Over the past few days and weeks have said, my horse is going well, but how about Forbidden Love? Down in the weights, the handicap has missed him, $3.20. I'm Thunderstruck, $5.50. Convert 1 and even more the remainder. But Forbidden Love, $3.20 favourite.
And last year's winner, Cascadian, settles last 16 lengths off the lead. Clark has the front here on Ellsberg, and the favourites running second, Forbidden Love. Looking for another Group 1, Converse, the 3-year-old third, the rails, followed by Just Folk, planted 3 deep on the outside of Delasan. They're followed further back by Lighthouse and a wide path on the outside of Ice Bath, and then came Kiss and All Four Cheeks, the rails. They're followed further back by Banker's Choice as they come up to the home turn. A gap back to Private Eye from Numerian. They've got 550 to run, and it's Ellsberg being eyeballed by the mare Forbidden Love, and the favourite strides up big time on the outside. Then came Converge from Just Folk, Delasan. I'm Thunderstruck is coming into the race as Forbidden Love races to the lead. At the 300, Forbidden Love a length clear. I'm Thunderstruck's the big danger. It's Forbidden Love 3/4 to I'm Thunderstruck. Working into the clear, Mr. Brightside from Ice Bar. Forbidden Love under siege. Mr. Brightside charged up. Mr. Brightside takes the lead. Ice Bath runs on. Mr. Brightside for the Hayes boys wins it. I'm Thunderstruck second. Ice Bath third. Then Forbidden Love, followed by Banker's Choice, Delasan, Ellsberg, Cascadian late, followed by Lighthouse.
Well, the famous name of Hayes lives on through Ben and JD. The brothers win their first Group 1 together.
This is a huge result for them and a huge result for Victoria. They've run 1-2 here. The All-Star Mile proved the form. The horses that had the easy lead-up race on the better.
Thunderstruck, as you'll see here, he just pushes Mr. Brightside straight out of the road, and you think, well, he's gone. And then you see Forbidden Love's half travelling but didn't quicken. And then you see I'm Thunderstruck. You're entitled to go the early crow about here, saying he's home.
He's put probably a length and a half on the winner.
Yeah, he seemed to float here, and then when Mr. Brightside went past him, he seemed to lift again through the line, and even Ice Bath, she won $4 million now. She looms up in another big race, but yeah, look, you can't take anything away from the winner. As you say, no, there's been big talk about this Perth filly, Amelia's Jewel, who is undefeated in 3 starts. Some of the form experts will tell you her figures are better than Fireburn's, and she would have won the Slipper. That's easy to say, but boy, have a look at this. She's pretty good.
We're going to bring the call up. She's about to get to the outside. Those white armbands, red sleeves. Here's Darren McCauley.
Second Fiorucci, Mama down the outside, the roughie, Baby Paris, and now here's the favourite starting to wind up. Look at Amelia's Jewel coming. She's coming like a freight train. Amelia's Jewel from a mile back, cut them to pieces, races away, and goes home to score a magnificent win in the Karrakatta Plate. She remains undefeated now, the Siuni filly. Much too good. She's an absolute diamond. She's won it brilliantly from either Baby Paris.
Give her a slot.
Give her a slot.
Give her a slot. The X Factor.
The most impressive thing is Simon Miller's.
And, like I say, they say the figures are there. The form boys with the big computers, and she's got a turn of speed, and she looks strong.
And it's not easy to do at Ascot neither. Come off the back of them like that. Only rode there a handful of time.
He always turns up grand final day. Zaki, great chance.
And look, most unlucky, but it proved one thing. She can get through heavy going. Her wins in the Australian Cup and at Newcastle last time were just mind-blowing, and there's every...
Be an absolute classic. I can't wait to see who takes it out. Very Elegant is favourite, and she's hovered around this price pretty much the past week, but $3.60 as it stands. Animo at $4.20. Now, in terms of money held, Very Elegant is the best backed, about 42.
As they race inside the 1,000 metres now, and it's Zaki on top by a half length to Think It Over. Montefilia is travelling very strongly in third, followed by Delasan. Then came Animo. Very Elegant moves up out wide from I'm Thunderstruck, Mount Popper, and Duas once again keeping his powder dry, sits back last. They've got 600 metres to run, and it's Zaki in front by a half length to Think It Over as they start to really up the tempo now. I'm Thunderstruck's improving along the rails. Then came Montefilia. She's trying to pick up. Very Elegant getting wide. Duas to the outside, and Mount Popper back to the rails into the straight, and Zaki still in front. Think It Over's coming to the stands rail. This is interesting. Zaki in front. Think It Over coming down the outside fence, and they're well clear from the rivals at the moment. I'm Thunderstruck, Mount Popper making ground. Zaki in front. Think It Over. Can Nash get it home? He's coming right down the outside. Zaki in front. Think It Over down the stands rail. Lunges. Gets up, think it over. What a ride, Nash Rawiller in spectacular style wins the Queen Elizabeth running. Duis to the outside and Mount Popper back to the rails into the straight, and Zaki still in front. Think it over's coming to the stands rail. This is interesting. Zaki in front. Think it over coming down the outside fence, and they're well clear from the rivals at the moment. I'm Thunderstruck, Mount Popper making ground. Zaki in front. Think it over. Can Nash get it home? He's coming right down the outside. Zaki in front. Think it over. Down the stands rail. Lunges. Gets up. Think it over. What a ride. Nash Rawiller in spectacular style wins the Queen Elizabeth running down Zaki. Mount Popper, I'd say, third from Very Elegant. Then Dalasan from Duis. I'm Thunderstruck. Modophilia.
It's a ride.
Ride of the century, Nash Rawiller. He came to the outside fence. He has got up and won the $4 million Queen Elizabeth Stakes for Kerry Parker. Zaki will be second and now Popper third. Favourites nowhere.
Goodness gracious me. Who would have thought someone had to have a go? We thought earlier in the day when Abdullah was talking about the track that he might try it come late in the day, but it was Nash Rawiller. No pressure on him at all, 40 to 1. A horse like Think It Over, and Zaki looked all over a
very, very, very heavy track there yesterday, boys, but we got through it.
About this, we will be talking about this for a long time, and in a big grand final like this. And he was so brave for Nash. Well, I suppose it's a lot easier to do when you're all of a sudden, hello, what's this? She might have thought it was the ambulance down the outside, but amazing.
What about, let's talk about these...
Got really good muscle definition. There's a lot to like about her as far as her...
After the size, he immediately said, right, so I need to make up a length and a half. And that's been his attitude the whole way along. He's always been keen on She's Extreme, and there are a few punters in her camp as well, but most of them, as you would expect with...
Inside the 750 metres, and She's Extreme running along. A length clear, can count the headlights. 2 after Wealthy Investor, followed by Fireburn the outside, Williamsburg the inside, and Let's Roll the Dices right on the coattails of the favourite as they come up to the home turn. And She's Extreme tries to kick. Abdullah lit the match on Fireburn, giving chase. She's Extreme 3 lengths clear from Fireburn, who's whittling down the margin. She's Extreme 2 lengths clear from Fireburn. Abdullah really has to get busy now. She's Extreme inside the 200, a length and a half clear from Fireburn. She's trying. She's Extreme still in front. Fireburn lifting late. She's Extreme clinging on from Fireburn, and She's Extreme flips the result this time. She's Extreme wins the Group 1 Champagne Stakes by a half length to Fireburn. A big gap back to Williamsburg. Then Let's
Extreme. Tommy Berry and Anthony Cummings have won the Champagne Stakes.
Had a plan, and it didn't work out. In saying that, Fireburn did run the fastest last 600 of the day. So there's nothing wrong with her performance.
No.
Just a brilliant ride, great tactical ride, and gets the job done.
Last of all, Kappa still leads from the Lady Luck turning for home. Dalcini moves up 3 wide. Espiona gets onto her back. Then came Banana Queen. Comrade Rose is all bottled up on the inside. Further back to Dynasty's Party for One down the outside as Espiona moved up now. And the favourite takes the lead with Dynasty's giving chase a length off to Party for One. But Espiona starting to open up the shoulders now. And she's drawn right away. Dynasty's Party for One fight out the miners, but Espiona very strong. Sit and steer for James McDonald. Stand and cheer if you're on. Espiona panel them from Party for One and Dynasties. A good gap back to Festival Dancer, Comrade Rose, and No Luck.
Espiona's been able to do what no horse has been able to do here today, and what a dash she showed.
Thought she might have lost her way a little bit, yes, until yesterday, and then she just confirmed that she's a really, really good horse.
Yeah. I think she'll be better in the spring as well, because she's not the finished article yet, but she has got an explosive turn of speed.
Did any horse get over the track better than her yesterday?
No, probably not, and we were,
really nudging her along. Then came Kementari staying on the fence as they turn, and it's Big Parade. 2 in front now to Trumbull with 350 metres to run. Count to Rupees running into it well. Then for Tucson, Kementari's hugging the fence and pinching ground. Big Parade in front. Count to Rupee has come off to throw in a challenge. It's Big Parade and neck in front to Count to Rupee, and Kementari is scraping paint. If he gets through, he might go close. Count to Rupee hits the lead. Count to Rupee from Kementari. Kementari's flying. Got up. Oh, big win special, K. Kementari got there to beat Count to Rupee. Big Parade third, then Gem Song for Toos. Further back,
He was determined. He wasn't once he said I'm going for the run.
There was no stopping.
There was no stopping him.
No. Quickly corrected, wanted to be in the same lane and didn't miss you for striving.
I thought you were getting up on the inside.
The steward said there definitely wasn't.
He was anticipating one, and once he just thought, hello, get me head here. He said, oh no.
Yeah.
And then he said, I've got to keep going.
Yeah, I think he thought when Josh went for the whip, because there was probably...
He's been a real relaxed customer, and I guess that's what separates those good colts, isn't it? Yeah, they got that great constitution.
Race number 8. This is the Group 1 Schweppes All-Age Stakes over
1,400 metres and the gates open. They're off. Missing the start, Cascadian off the inside, and in the Congo jump fast. So did the other 3-year-old overpasses. Cascadian's taking an inside run. Further back to Sierra Sue, Hungry Heart. At last year's winner, Colding is bottled up on the inside last. In the Congo holds the lead of the 800 metres. From Forbidden Love, Tafane caught 3 deep at a final start at the races in 4th. Then came Overpass. Ellsberg next, followed by Shout the Bar. Then came Olmedo and the white cap from Moonga, and Laws of Indices in between runners. Further back to Cascadian from Zutori, Sierra Sue, Colding as they come up to the turn, and Hungry Heart is being ridden up last of all into the straight now, and Forbidden Love in the centre. Tafane the outside, in the Congo trying to fight back. Ellsberg still with cover, about to come off heels. Overpass is starting to try and slice through. Cascadian needs a run desperately as Tafane chasing her second success in the race, gets 2 lengths clear. Cascadian, those coming to rain on the party. It's Tafane in front. Cascadian with the big white face right over the top. Cascadian wins the All-Age Stakes. In the centre, Tafane the outside, in the Congo trying to fight back. Ellsberg still with cover, about to come off heels. Overpass is starting to try and slice through. Cascadian needs a run desperately as Tafane, chasing her second success in the race, gets 2 lengths clear. Cascadian, those coming to rain on the party. It's Tafane in front. Cascadian with the big white face right over the top. Cascadian wins the All-Age Stakes. Ran down Tafano with Ellsberg third. A gap back to Laws of Indices, Enzutori. Further back to Moonga. Hungry Heart with late headway. Further back to Overpass.
A Doncaster winner can add an all-age stakes to his record. The baldy face of Cascadian came rushing down the outside. Back next week. He did send a message straight through. Play this on the show tomorrow. Golden Eagle horse. A horse called Elation in those... Ingham colours, one of the sets of the Ingham colours which Greg Ingham uses now. Watch this.
Elation charging through on the inside. The colt quickly sprinted to the lead. Elation opening up a big space over Star of Chaos, then Perceptive and Defining. But have a look at this boy go. Elation, long may he play. He bolts up in the Nitschke by 4 lengths. Defining grabs second. Star of Chaos, Perceptive.
Now, that's 2 out of 2 for Elation. 2 out of 2. 3-year-old be rising 4.
What have we got there? Looks like a pretty special talent, doesn't he? He was just impressive on debut.
And away goes. Star Patrol drives up to just about match Radio Pell with Cool between them and Flying Sultan. Almost 4 across the track by a length and a half. Savvy Sovereign all about even. Corkscrew. Back behind them, Hanam. Squid Game has a bit of a wall in front of it at the moment and got chopped out for a run at that stage. And behind them, Cardinal Gem as Star Patrol went for home. 200 metres to go. Race clear. 3-4 lengths in front from Savvy Sovereign. They were followed by Radio Pell. Squid Game when it's over. Have a look at this go. Star Patrol has blasted away and won by nearly 7. What a win. Second on the inside, Savvy Sovereign from chopped out for a run at that stage. And behind them, Cardinal Gem as Star Patrol went for home. 200 metres to go. Race clear. 3-4 lengths in front from Savvy Sovereign. They were followed by Radio Pell. Squid Game when it's over. Have a look at this go. Star Patrol has blasted away and won by nearly 7. What a win. Second on the inside, Savvy Sovereign from Cardinal Gem and then Radio Pell. And that's one of the biggest winning margins we've seen at Flemington for a long time in a sprint race. That's Espiona type stuff from the Spring Carnival. Star Patrol has absolutely trotted in.
It's $2.50.
Clipperton. I thought on a good 4 soft 5 he might have been a little bit of a risk, Paul, but his wet track form is just exemplary.
It is, and just the track's downgraded. I think it's advantage him. Of the others, Paul Alley is certainly in the game, but another one who probably didn't love the downgrade. So
by a length and a half, Second Generation, third Rothfire, fourth the outside Marzu, a length and a half to Pal Lely, Vega 1, further back to Minhaj and Count Barupi, Kementari, Baller, Alpine Edge, Signore, Fox on Trivier, and Isotopus last of all at Zoo Style at the 350, about 3 lengths in front here from Generation. Marzu the outside, Rothfire's making ground back nearer the rails, and Pal Lely's coming down the outside, Zoo Style in front, working home is Marzu, and Pal Lely down the outside, made as Rothfire, Marzu the leader, Pal Lely the outside, on Trivier coming home late as well, but Marzu's in front from Pal Lely, Marzu, Pal Lely, Marzu's won the 10,000 from Pal Lely, on Trivier, followed by Signore Fox, Rothfire, Alpine Edge, Baller, Kementari, Zoo Style.
First Group 1 since he's gone. Well, Marzu beats Palele, the 3-year-olds fighting it out. And what about the run of the good stables and both drawn?
Yeah, well, Elation is on top for me. I thought he looked absolutely outstanding in the yard. There's a lot of quality about him, Mick, and exciting to bring a horse like this to the races.
Guineas will help. We're just trying to build a rating for him, you know. Adelaide Guineas will help. He's a 78 rater at the moment.
Ben's Baron, Ballinora. Now Elation's left the rail. Vino de Casa Nostra in front of him, starting to feel pressure, and he's angling for a run with Riddlero. Residue and Umgawa gets to the outside. Elation being put back in his place. He has to change course, but it hasn't halted his momentum. He's building up the revs quickly. Raced up to Hop on Harry, then Residue, Riddlero and Umgawa, but Elation hitting top gear from Hop on Harry and Residue, and Elation's too good in the Adelaide Guineas, 3 from 3. Elation by a length to Hop on Harry. Residue, Umgawa.
Go to plan for Elation, maybe a few nervous moments, but in the end, he remains unbeaten. His second stakes win from 3 starts, and Hunter's breather.
It's a strong enough race.
Look at the regard he's held in now.
Wow.
Alamo Elation Marzu.
There you go. There you go.
Well, backed, it's almost into single figure odds, JT. This is probably the best back runner now, away from Detonator Jack. Cliff Brown, the train.
Day-honoured race, a highlight on the calendar. Who wins the Derby?
Well, I've been bullish.
Racing in the Derby. And Allegron jumped away nicely. He's racing the Jack, but the field is becoming more compact with 650 metres to run, and Clademore took over, Son of Emperor falling back through the field. Clademore now joined by Fear the X. The runs are coming from down back. Also starting to move into it, Harley moving. Right around them is Jungle Magnate. Detonator Jack, Allegron's held up. They swing into the straight, and Jungle Magnate with a lightning turn of speed quickly race to the lead. The nephew's out after him. Then Detonator Jack and Yaffet. There's no Allegron. It's Jungle Magnate clear. Detonator Jack's got a lift. Jungle Magnate kept going for Zara. Clear from Yaffet and Detonator Jack and Jungle Magnate. What a win this will be. Takes the Chairman's and now the Derby. 2 lengths to Yaffet and Detonator Jack. Allegron 4th. Fear the X, and then the...
Well, Jungle Magnate comes of age in Adelaide. Mick Price and Michael Kent team up with Mark Zara, and he wins the Derby. The son of Tarzino, obviously. Mick trained this horse.
Adelaide form strong, winning the
BRC size produce. Resonator Gators on top of 5 out to 6. Exo Lady is $8 into $6.50 back to 7. Other moves include Twin Stars, $12 into $8.50.
Also Merchant Prince back nearer the inside at the $5.50, and then we've got Robusto back in behind those shares of Belters out deeper. Twin Stars, Liberty Steps, also Thelwell. Green Shadows right towards the outside. Tyrese from Victory Moments inside the 400 metres marker. and Swiss Exile's clear at the moment. Second is Exo Lady, and then we've got Resonator, also Brereton, and She's a Belter runs home down the outside. Swiss Exile's about 3 lengths in front. She's a Belter finishing strongly. Swiss Exile's in front. She's a Belter the outside. Swiss Exile, She's a Belter. She's a Belter goes home the veteran. She's a Belter's won the size from Swiss Exile. Third Brereton, followed by Capital Tower. Twin Star.
The Perth filly, number 17, She's a Belter. Formerly with Justin Warwick, who's still in the ownership.
Really good at the Gold Coast. She was definitely on the worst part of the track there, but it's just this turn of foot she shows here inside the 200-metre mark where she just puts them all to pay. I mean, Swiss Exile, he looked home, didn't he? And this is the advantage, I guess, of Eagle Farm. Brereton was good. He was...
Today, the Group 1 Queensland Oaks. Here is Barb Raider for Jerome Hunter, Craig Winnick.
Yeah, look, some say a horror draw to overcome, but, you know, he'll work it out, Pike, whether he goes forward, back or whatever. The facts are she's 2 for 2 here at Eagle Farm. She's 4 from 4 on dry tracks and just hard to beat with.
He's with him right now.
There, Gin Martini. Dynasty's going forward as well. Gypsy Goddess is about to take off as they really bunch up there. And then we've got Glint of Hope, and back behind those is Honey Creeper, and also further back to Taranga, and also Belle Savoie, Smirk, and last of all there is Verona at the 400 metres marker, but Barb Raider has taken over. Here comes Lavilli the outside, and Gypsy Goddess is finishing brilliantly. Gypsy Goddess out wide has dashed up and taken over. Barb Raider the inside, and Lavilli between them. In front, Gypsy Goddess. Barb Raider the inside. Gypsy Goddess just put the lead from Barb Raider. Gypsy Goddess in front, and Gypsy Goddess has won the Oaks from Barb Raider. Third, Lavilli, followed by Smirk, Belle Savoie, Honey Creeper.
That with a Group 1 it's a career highlight.
Tell us what you had to do.
To the boys a couple of weeks ago, you know, if it was any other horse, we'd probably turn her out. But
18 runners to look at in the Tab Stradbroker 2022. One is Private Eye.
Excuses last time out on that.
The back them all. It's what that
Stradbroke, and here we are, $7 the field, a couple of minutes out. 11.11's the best backed runner, 27% of the hold going that direction, so that far outweighs the price. And is a pretty good going at a longer odds, $17. Private Eye, well, Joe Pride, his son's favourite horse, just won. Now we'll see.
The back in the run too. Next one there is 11.11. Alligator Blood, Nick and Nova back nearer the inside as they swing down the side. Trapped out there is Buffalo River, and Star Tontes, Brooklyn Hustle the outside, and Wild Planet's about 4 or 5 lengths away last of all. So Rothfire led the way from second, Laws of Indices. Third is Emerald Kingdom, Valana fourth. Hampton's been wide of the 600 metres marker. Private Eye back nearer the inside. Isotopes in that division as well. Apache Chasers further back, and Alligator Blood and right towards the outside is also Buffalo River at the 400 metres marker. Rothfire's the leader. Isotopes out after him. Ayrton's down the outside. Lords of Indices is still there. Alligator Blood is running home as well. And further back in the field too, Socks are gone. Rothfire is still the leader. Here comes the Blood though. Alligator Blood on the outside stormed up and took over. Alligator Blood's in front, flashing late Private Eye, but Alligator Blood's won the straight break from Private Eye as well. Apache Chasers further back, and Alligator Blood and right towards the outside is also Buffalo River at the 400 metres marker. Rothfire's the leader. Isotopers out after him. Ayrton's down the outside. Lords of Indices is still there. Alligator Blood is running home as well. And further back in the field too, Socks are gone. Rothfire is still the leader. Here comes the Blood though. Alligator Blood on the outside stormed up and took over. Alligator Blood's in front, flashing late Private Eye, but Alligator Blood's won the straight break from Private Eye. Third, Rothfire Photo. Fourth, out wide, Brooklyn Hustle, Star Tontes, Isotope Ayrton, followed by I Am Superman, Laws of Indices, Valana, Emerald Kingdom, Socks are gone. Alligator Blood, he's back. Number 5's won the Stradbroke. Tim Clark for the game.
Alligator Blood wins his second Group 1.
Jesus Christ. In singing the winner's praises, I don't think I've seen a better thing beat than Private Eye. It'll be a tale of woe from Brenton Avdulla. He was bolting behind them. He had nowhere to go. And the winner's off and gone. And good luck to the winner. But, there's some hard luck stories for the second horse there. And the
before, you know, he's just such a happy horse and a great horse to do anything with. And
run today alongside Nature Strip, but with Coolmore, with Golden Power, that wasn't to be. So Home Affairs will run on Saturday over 1,200 metres. But
right, give him some clear air and
he'll run up to his best.
He looked pretty comfortable.
Nature Strip, 92% of turnover is with the strip. Come on, son. Come on, James.
Come the centre man of promise leading the Royal Runner Kings Lynn. Nature Strip right up there with Pontos, and also making an international line on the stand side. Golden Pal. Acclam Express comes next with Equilateral. Twilight Calls is next as they make their way down inside the final couple of furlongs. Nature Strip has gone to the front in the King's Stand. Golden Pal is done. Winter Power Arecibo on the far side. Kings Lynn trying to get involved with Twilight Calls, and 'tis marvellous. It's Nature Strip out clear in the King's Stand by 2 lengths from Acclam Express. Twilight Calls, then behind these Equilateral. Salute a world-class sprinter. Nature Strip, a ripper in the King's Stand. Beat Twilight Calls, Acclam Express, and behind those couple of furlongs, Nature Strip has gone to the front in the King's Stand. Golden Pal is done. Winter Power Arecibo on the far side. Kings Lynn trying to get involved with Twilight Calls, and 'tis marvellous. It's Nature Strip out clear in the King's Stand by 2 lengths from Acclam Express. Twilight Calls, then behind these Equilateral. Salute a world-class sprinter. Nature Strip, a ripper in the King's Stand. Beat Twilight Calls, Acclam Express, and behind those Munista made late ground. Equilateral, St. Lawrence was next. What a horse. Nature Strip provides Australia with another win in the King's Stand, and few have been so dominant. Accompanied to the line by the loose horse with Acclam Express, Munista, and Equilateral, the next bunch home. But in all honesty, they were in a different parish. Nature Strip's won this further than Baid's won the Queen Anne, has won by a good 5 lengths. In the background, 58.27 within a second of Miss Andretti's track record. The others struggle to break a minute. Twilight Call.
Even the last few years, Dubai and Hong Kong, so to be able to bring a horse all this way, it's pretty special to be able to not only win, but win the way he did.
Yeah, I mean, it was... He's a juggernaut, isn't he? You get him into his rhythm, and this is what he can do. He just gave them an absolute toweling up. I'm sure you've seen the vision plenty of times before, but it gets better every time you watch it. He's toying with them.
I reckon that's probably Nature Strip's best ever run, best ever win. You know, like just the way that he pinned him.
9 Group 1s, 18 million, and he's won an Everest as well.
Yep.
And he's locked in.
Nature Strip, who have put this race in lights in recent years. It's a very, very good addition, the 2022 version on paper.
Passive aggressive. Great battle for favouritism at the top as I talk to you. And now it's $3.
Field, 500 to go. Winning verse just in front of Star Patrol and Passive Aggressive. Both jockeys yet to show their hand, although Star Patrol's lugging in. Then I Am Me, Gimme Papa Shero comes on from Caracassu, who's darting between horses. Passive Aggressive lets down with Star Patrol at the 250, and the race is on. Passive Aggressive led it. 3/4 of a length, Star Patrol, then Caracassu, Gimme Papa Shero, but the filly Passive Aggressive shown the whip. 50 to go from Star Patrol. Passive Aggressive will see it out. Passive Aggressive unbeaten. Beat Star Patrol, Caracassu, and in 4th place in the race.
4 for 4 and more in store for Passive Aggressive. Graham Begg's got a beautiful daughter of Fastnet Rock that...
Great speed, 600 to go, led by a length and a half Inundation, and then came in 3rd Cad Bowl with Nice for What and Lloyd's from the point of the corner. 350 metres to go from Inundation, just inching a little bit closer now, and McNeil's about to let it go. Nice for What behind them with Cad Bolt, and then came Cool and Lloyd's Crown. Squid Game's trying to get through the pack, but Inundation's dropped them. 200 metres to go. Let's go. 4 lengths in front. From a wall of them, Squid Game getting out, but how smart this Inundation. He's barely touched it and has trounced them. That was big. Squid Game second. Nice for What, possibly third from Lloyd's Crown and the field, but we've seen a serious horse. The gelding by Headwater, that's win 3 at start number 4, and has...
Group 1 feature, the Tats Tiara over the 1,400 metres, and here is Snap.
Across the line to race number 4. Well, the final Group 1 of the Brisbane Winter Racing Carnival is just about upon us. The Sky Racing Tats Tiara, the first for Gately Star Tontes, pretty good just behind the placings in the Stradbroke, is your best value play of the day.
Yeah, look, it's a terrific race. It always is. And
it's not friendless, but not too many. Is the second best backed runner in the race alongside Star Tontes at $12, and then Kiku and Co. But this is a race with just so much depth, as you can see.
Further back on the field to Enchanted Heart, the inside. Nudge a long way back. Star Tontes second last, and Brooklyn Hustle last at the 450. And
Pass at the 450. Anavisto from second. Snap Dancer. Charmy Baby's been wide. Railing through is Palaisapin. Further back in the field there to Kiku. Away game down the outside, but Snap Dancer took over and broke away. Palaisapin's making ground. Further back to Charmy Baby. Kiku. Away game, but Snap Dancer's with the lead here. Palaisapin trying hard. Star Tontes is flashing home late. Star Tontes and Snap Dancer. Star Tontes has won. Star Tontes from Snap Dancer. Palaisapin. A tissue away game.
The tiny little 3-year-old filly, Star Tontes, has finally cracked it for another win. She hadn't win a one.
Close photo there, but what about the ride? Jason Collett from last to first.
Yeah, well, there's only...
Gator, David Gately, you tipped her as your best each-way bet Australia-wide today, and I sent that out to all my owners and clients. You're a champion.
As I say, nothing of her, and to come from last and weave a passage was quite phenomenal.
You're right, she is tiny. Her nickname is Pumpkin. She is clearly the smallest horse in that race, and she'd come through some like this in the Stradbroke. In fact, if you watched her Stradbroke run, she found the line equally as good as she did yesterday, but obviously...
All white with the black cappers going forward. Deploy and Destroy. This is the first time it's jumped in its life from the outside. It's spearing across a guy. Third last was He's on the Run. Larrikin's in an awkward spot. The favourite second last on the rails, and 2 to Dexabill Absolute. Next, then He's on the Run to the outside. Followed further astern then to Saporto, and Tanawal's back along the inside from Trust But Verified. Duns and Roses. Larrikin, the favourite, is a mile back, and 4 lengths to Dexabill. Well, they haven't mucked around here, and Deploy and Destroy's had no peace at all, but urged along. It led Prize Lad at the 400 metres, then Charcoal Lenny. The leader's going as well as anything despite doing all the work. Then followed next in the race by Common Request. He's on the run, and down the outside, Saporto. Deploy and Destroy keeps going here. Prize Lad trying hard to pick it up. Then Common Request. Deploy and Destroy. It's done all the work. Prize Lad is going to nail it late here. Prize Lad went to the front. Look at Larrikin flying. He might get them all. Larrikin over the top. You're kidding me. Larrikin gets up to win it. From Prize going here. Prize Lad trying hard to pick it up. Then Common Request. Deploy and Destroy. It's done all the work. Prize Lad is going to nail it late here. Prize Lad went to the front. Look at Larrikin flying. He might get them all. Larrikin over the top. You're kidding me. Larrikin gets up to win it. From Prize Lad, and what a win by Larrikin. Favourite backers weren't giggling in the run, I can tell you. He wasn't in it, but they'd gone at a good gallop. This has been a big, big finish. One of the runs of the day on racing.com here. Larrikin number 1, Robbie Downey for Brian McGrath.
Lets them go really quickly as well. El Bravo and also Clovis didn't begin well. The Stone Mason did, and the Stone Mason goes to the early lead. Maneuver goes forward out wide. Oblique is underneath them, and they were followed, just settling off the pace is Fireman, followed by Think About It. Then a couple of lengths away to Think About It, Fireman. Followed next in the race, Sandler-Cedo. It's towards the tail with Clovis, El Bravo and Airman. Up to the home turn they come, and the leader is Maneuver. Maneuver is in front just from Wellerman. The Stone Mason back to the inside, and now running on is Viburnum. Viburnum's loomed up here in the middle of the track to go to the lead. Wellerman goes with it. Here's Think About It, the favourite. The widest runner's going to be Clovis. In front, Viburnum. Think About It went out after it. Viburnum, Think About It. Down the outside is Clovis. Think About It is in front from Viburnum. Think About It, a neck in front, a length in front, 2 lengths in front, and it's all Think About It. Think About It has won from the fast finishing Clovis. Then goes with it. Here's Think About It, the favourite. The widest runner's going to be Clovis. In front, Viburnum. Think About It went out after it. Viburnum, Think About It. Down the outside is Clovis. Think About It is in front from Viburnum. Think About It, a neck in front, a length in front, 2 lengths in front, and it's all Think About It. Think About It has won from the fast finishing Clovis. Then